drawer in
Okay.
the kitchen.
Okay, here's the story. Gary wants the story of shooting ducks out of the back of the car.
Shooting ducks.
Yeah, you didn't go duck hunting?
I never shot a duck out of the back of the car in my life.
I thought you used to take the guns.
Pheasants by the
Pheasants,
hundreds.
all right.
Oh, that's probably what he wants.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he wants.
Why don't you tell him the story?
Wants me to tell you the story? Well, we had it wasn't a rumble seat, it was like the trunk lid raised up, and you sat down in the,
You have to look at me.
you sat down in the trunk, and it had a hole in the back, with the lid raised up, and it was like a great big suitcase. And two of us used to get in there, sometimes just one. And we'd sit there, the barrel of the gun was always laying out to the side. The driver would holler, slow down, and you'd raise, your head would raise the lid up, and bam, you would shoot. And the dog went out the back window and got the bird, brought it back to the car. Threw it in the trunk with the guy in the trunk.
Was that legal?
No, it's not legal.
I didn't think so.
No. First of all, it wasn't legal shooting out of the car. You know, and you couldn't shoot out of the car.
It was out of season.
Oh, yeah, it was always, mostly always out. It was always out of season. And we would get shells came in a box of shells. There's 25 shells in a box, and we would get average about 23 birds per box of shells. Now that's how.
It's a good shot.
No, that's how many birds there were. You didn't have a bad shot. I mean, there were so many birds. When you drive along the road, all of a sudden you see them going across. And I've seen one time, Bud did the same thing. I was shot once, we were on the hay wagon. Bud shot, I lead at one, I shot one, Bud shot one, we both ended up, we got 4 birds. They were crossing each other. And when you shoot one, the other one was running alongside of it with a shotgun shell, we got them both. We used to shoot them off a horse. Well, Fred and Nell, we drew the 2 horses. We always had harnesses on them, so we didn't have a saddle. We had a harness where they had the hang straps with the knobs on the top.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to hang on to and keep the gun in there in the burlap bag to put the birds in.
Was it buckshot or?
No, regular shot, a fine BB shot. Then, so we wouldn't get caught and get in trouble, we used to, because across the highway, we can't cross the highway in Port Austin Township. So what we would do down in front of the house, we would cross we'd go under the bridge. And, through the water, under the bridge, come out the other side, and then go up across the field into the farm back there.
With the horses?
No, just walking with the dog. We'd hunt that way too, because we weren't allowed to. We weren't old enough to be out there. We shouldn't have crossed the road. We shouldn't have been on the other township. We only could hunt on the residence that you lived in. There was no buildings on that farm. So the only ones you could hunt on was the.
So did you eat them?
Oh yeah. We used to give them most of them. There was a priest who used to come up, Father Cassane. Always we'd give him about 25 birds. He'd tell what day he wanted, how many birds he wanted. We'd have like 2 or 3 burlap sacks full of birds that we shot. And then he would come in the house. He'd go out hunting with us. And he'd come in the house. He'd put his collar on. Get his priest's clothes on. Take off for Detroit with all them birds. He'd have a hell of a thing at the
rectory?
It was the cathedral on Woodward Avenue.
How come you didn't clean them first?
Who, us? Well, he didn't clean them either. I mean, we had some grunt Joe used to work there. Joe used to work he'd have somebody like Joe do clean them.
Joe worked in Detroit?
Yeah, he worked at the cathedral.
What did he do there?
Handyman, going to school. Joe started off going to UAD. It was a dentist school, college. But he didn't go too many days there, and he didn't.
Didn't like that?
What?
Didn't like that?
No, he wasn't cut out for that, so he worked for them. And he worked for that and then he worked for the bishop, for Bishop Murphy and he worked for Cardinal Mooney in Point of Barks, too, handyman. Going to town, pick up stuff. Yeah.
Was he in college then?
Joe, he was a senior in high school. Then when he went in, then he didn't like that, so he went and got a job at Detroit Edison was hiring. So he got a job at Edison.
And that was his life.
Yep.
Okay, what about shooting the rabbits from the bedroom windows?
Well, I came home at night, about 2 o'clock at night, and it was moon, or 1:30, 12 o'clock, I don't know what time it was anyway. But it was a moonlight night, and it was just as light, just like almost daylight.
Snow on the ground?
Huh?
Snow on the ground?
Snow on the ground, and that one apple tree that was set up at the driveway as you come up on the right side. And the old wooden storm windows had a flap, the door that you used to raise up to let the air prevent. So above the rabbits were there. I saw them when they come in, drove by them. They didn't pay no attention to me, but the car in the garage come in the back that side door where the gazebo is, or went upstairs. And the guns are right there in the shed, so I took the gun upstairs, flipped that flip over, and shot. Well, all of a sudden, the whole house is like a tornado hit it or something. Everybody was up. Mother was up. Dad was up. Everybody. The shotgun goes off in the house.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. They think somebody's getting killed.
Yeah. That's what we did there. We used to hunt off of the horses too.
During season?
Huh?
During season?
No, it was without the season. Geese, if the Canadian geese then were wilder, they would tame like that. They would be in the field, they would land in the field, but we'd take a horse. If you take a horse and walk them sideways, you push on, they'll go either straight back up or hit. But if you can keep pushing a horse like that, it'll keep sidestepping. We'd sidestep them right up into the geese. Right into the flock of geese.
The geese didn't leave when they saw the horse. The geese didn't leave when they saw the horse.
Nope, not when they saw the horse.
Was it Canadian geese that you ate? You ate Canadian geese?
The ones we got like here in the park, yeah.
Yuck.
Rich hunts them every year. Rich gets about 7 or 8, 10 of them. Joe says Rich is always trying to peddle his geese off on him.
Probably too greasy to eat.
Yeah. Well, I think of all the geese we used to get, we only got one. We ate one. That wasn't as bad as the tame geese. One of them great big white tame ones.
Yeah.
She cooked that thing and you put it in the thing and buttered it all up and everything. Put it in the thing. You take the lid off of the thing and you got that much grease in the thing. They're big old fat things. They're fatter than hell.
What did you butter them up for?
Huh?
Why did you butter them first?
Yeah, May put butter on everything.
My mother was like
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen. We made the butter. We had extra butter. We had extra cream. I mean, you didn't. What are you going to throw it away? Make some more butter. Put it on the thing. Trowel it on. We could have had a butter house.
Yeah, no shortage there.
Yeah. And then the time about the pigs.